Okay, hold on. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Chef Sawyer Sundays. Today is a very special day. I got a great video for you guys. We're gonna make the very original Chef Sawyer's own Mexican street corn dip. The elote, the grilled corn, you cover it some queso fresco, some tahini. I'm taking that to the next level. We're about to elevate it and make a classic dip that all your friends and your family will love. You can bring it to any occasion. Parties, weddings, that fishing trip you were gonna go on, anything you want. So we're just gonna go get ready for the pool, and we're gonna head there right now to grill up our corn. It's game time. We're going to Flavor Town now. Just had to prime it up, you know what I mean? Get the good old never started. Oh yeah. Almost right in the hole. Did you guys see that one? Rapid fire action. Woo! Alright guys, so what we're gonna wanna do is go ahead and take our corn, and we have our grill. It's nice and hot, very hot, preheated, and we're just gonna go ahead and throw it on the grill. I have it on maximum heat right now, and we're just gonna let it sit there until it gets nice and charred. We don't want to burn the corn, but we want a nice char. Do they know why they have this slidey thing in the hat? Very simple. My tong holder. They're always strapped. I got them all the time, and I can't drop them either. It's literally what this was made for. You gotta get into the grill? Sure, no problem. All right, that's not charred enough yet. We're just gonna let it hang out for a minute. These char marks are great. We just want more of it. Leave it alone and give it some time. Oh yeah, I hear the sizzling. This is looking excellent. It's hot out today. We're running about 450 smackaroonies. Whew. You need some char to add some flavor. Oh, let's go. All right guys, we're back from the pool. We got our grilled corn here. As you can see, nice and crispy, charred, excellent. This is gonna provide us great flavor. So along with the grilled corn, we're also gonna have some canned sweet corn as well. And you wanna reserve the liquid, because the liquid is good for this, trust me. The base for the sauce is gonna be a little bit of mayonnaise, not too much. And then we have cream cheese and sour cream. And we're gonna break up some quesadilla cheese and some queso fresco and mix it all in with some tahini. Season it with onions and garlic, salt, pepper, and then we're gonna go ahead and crisp up some chorizo here, get it nice and hot and crispy, and put it on top to garnish. Let's throw the base together. 'Cause I'm a little unsteady. I'm just gathering my mise en place. Got to get them mise en place. Yeah. First step, we're gonna go ahead and get the cream cheese in a bowl. Get your whisking mindset ready, because we're about to start whisking. We're gonna go ahead and take a good bit of sour cream. That's 2 big spoonfuls. Let's go ahead and add 3, because you know what? Make it 4. Cooking is about having fun. We don't need precise measurements. And you want significantly less mayonnaise than you did sour cream. I usually go about 60% cream cheese, 40% sour cream, and 10% mayonnaise. So we just want 1 small spoonful, 2 small spoonfuls. And we're gonna go ahead and mix that up, and we're seeing how it tastes because we have the liberty to do that. %60 cream cheese, 40% sour cream, and 10% mayonnaise. Woo! As I fell into a burning ring of fire. Alright guys, I got my garlic and my onion peeled. I'm just gonna go ahead and give my garlic a quick flatten. This will help chop it up. Release some of the oils in there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a nice mince. Just gonna run back and over it a few times. Make sure you get the big pieces off the side of your knife. We want the garlic to be in small pieces. And we're gonna go ahead and throw it in to season our mixture. We're gonna go ahead and small dice our onion now, so you guys know the drill. Just little bit intervals. An interval, the perfect mixture of the interval and an increment. Not all the way through, maybe about 90% of the way through, from the top to the bottom. And then we're gonna turn it this way. Not all the way through, just about 90% of the way through. And then I can go ahead and turn it, and I can just slice down this way. And I'm gonna have a really nice looking small dice. There are multiple die here. That looks good. We're gonna go ahead and scoop up our onion, throw it right into our dip mixture. So I have my queso blanco, I have my quesadilla cheese. We're probably gonna use about half of each cheese wheel. But it is essential to get both, because as you can see, the quesadilla cheese is a soft cheese. It has nice stretchability, it has nice meltability. And this one, the queso blanco, is a very crumbly cheese. This is a fresh cheese, and when I squeeze, it just crumbles like a feta would. So they're very different, and they are both essential for this recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut each half into a half again, make approximately quarters, because we're gonna mix some in with our mixture, and we're also gonna garnish on the top. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take my queso blanco and just crumble it into little bits. And this is exactly what you're looking for, just for a little bit of cheese mixed in with your dip. I'm gonna go ahead and crumble my quesadilla cheese. This one won't crumble as well, but ripping it into little sections is good, or chopping it up on a cutting board, whatever you want to do. If you can't get quesadilla cheese, a simple substitute would be another soft melting cheese, like something like a mozzarella or maybe a Monterey Jack, to give your hands that good old washy wash. You know what I'm saying? It's important in the kitchen. Be safe, practice good hygiene. And now we're gonna stir this all together and properly incorporate it. If you guys have a at-home stand mixer or an egg beater, an electric egg beater, those work great as well. If you can incorporate a little more air into it than a whisk can, that's excellent for the dip, but it's not essential. And sometimes we just gotta work with the hand we're dealt. And sometimes your hand doesn't deal you a stand mixer. I'm like a 2-7 offsuit right now. It's all right that it's a little thick, because we're gonna thin it out with some of the corn juice from the can. We're gonna hit it with some salt. Probably a pretty considerable amount. With all this dairy, a hefty amount of salt will do. And remember, you can always add more. You can never subtract. So add a little bit, taste it. Add a little bit more if it needs it. If you make your recipe too salty, that's very, very, very hard to fix. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some salt and some pepper, some garlic powder and some onion powder, just to fortify the flavors. It's very easy to lose the fresh onion and the fresh garlic with all of this dairy and this cream in here. Guys, we're gonna go ahead and grate some fresh lime zest in there with our microplanes. And a lot of people like to use it like this. But when you do it like this, you're likely to scrape too much of the zest off, and you're gonna get into this white part, that's called the pith, and that's very bitter. That won't help you at all in your recipe. So it's a little easier to play it like a violin, and I can see exactly what I'm zesting, and I can know that I'm pulling on each section just once, and I'm seeing all of the nice zest I'm collecting here on the underside, and I can just go ahead and tap it all in. And this little bit of zest is gonna go a long way. And when you look at that sitting in the top of the mixture there, it just looks perfect. Go ahead, mix that in. Give this a little taste and make sure it's seasoned appropriately, and if it's not, we're gonna adjust. The salt levels are nice, the pepper, I can taste the lime zest. I think it's just about where it should be. So now it's time to add the star of the show. We're gonna get right to the corn. So guys, I go with some golden sweet corn. The sweet corn really makes a difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain some liquid, but not all of it. Because this corn juice is very good. Nice and sweet as well. We're gonna go ahead and add it. There's no need to drain all the liquid. And you can see all that corn juice I still had in there. But that's great. It's just gonna make our dip more dippable. Once I get all that cream cheese and sour cream incorporated, it's gonna be a great consistency. So now we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna lay it into a container that's gonna be servable at your next party or event. We're gonna carve off all the kernels from this corn. You just wanna hold it by the base very firmly and go ahead and carve down. Look at all that corn we have, just from 3 years. That's all you need. Beautiful centerpiece to garnish. I mean, when people see that on top, they're just like, oh my God, I wanna eat that. And I'm just gonna crumble it up on top. Every single dip with a chip you make is gonna have a nice piece of grilled corn in there. Fresh off the barbie. I'm not gonna have a single person telling me, you know, I thought your corn dip was okay, but you know, I got a spoonful and there wasn't any corn in it. Like, I thought you said it was corn dip. You call yourself a chef? Karen can't be complaining with that. Now can she? Corn in every bite, Karen. All right guys, we got our nice chorizo, the spicy, meaty sausage. This is gonna add a great flavor profile to our dip. So we're gonna go ahead and take a couple links of chorizo out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and slice open the skins, and we're gonna crisp up just the meat, not the entire sausage. So guys, when I go ahead and I slice the sausage down the back, I open up the casing, and then it's just as simple as peeling the casing away. I take this off, and here we have our ground sausage meat. I'm gonna go ahead and lay my skinless chorizo down in our saute pan and start giving our chorizo the good old monster mash, because we want to break it up into small pieces. You can use a wooden spoon, you can use a metal spoon, you can use whatever tool you like for this job. Anything that will appropriately break it up. And we're going to continue to saute this on a medium heat. You want to hear the sizzle because you need enough heat to get the chorizo crispy. That's the goal here. Alright guys, so our chorizo is cooked entirely. We've broken it up into small pieces and we're going to continue to work at it. But now it's time to turn the heat up now that it's entirely cooked, because we're going to go and get it from soft like a normal sausage would be to nice and crispy like some bacon would be. You guys can see the chorizo is getting nice and crispy. This is exactly what we want. For garnish, we got our cilantro. We're just going to go ahead and roll it up real tight, and you just come down the line. We got off most of the leaves. Now we're just gonna go ahead and give this a rough chop. Go ahead and rough chop your cilantro until it's looking pretty fine. Unless you really love big leaves of cilantro, then do whatever makes you happy. So we're gonna go ahead and take some lime wedges. We're gonna cut them into quarters, fifths, whatever you want. All right guys, I got my quesadilla cheese and my queso blanco. These are for garnish on top, just to guarantee you get a lot of cheese, a lot of corn, every single bite, every single scoop, every single spoonful. However you dig into your Mexican street corn dip, you're gonna get a lot of everything, I guarantee it. That looks good. You want it in nice big chunks. The queso fresco should break up even easier. This one's very delicate. Just hit it with a rough chop or a hand crumble, whatever grinds your gears, people. Cooking is all about doing what is best for you. Spin my head, turn it back again. Same old start, same old end. We got our street corn dip with the roasted corn on top. Now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hit it with a lot of our quesadilla cheese. That's right, spread it around, you know the deal. Make sure it's even, some quesadilla cheese in every single bite. Queso fresco, same business. We are overloading this with cheese. This is a cheese corn dip. How can you hate that? Cilantro, everywhere. If cilantro is not your thing, don't add it. Most people love it. People are gonna see it, and not only are they gonna say, wow, this tastes great, they're gonna say, wow, this looks great. Tahini, guys. You can't have elote without
tahini.
Boom, garnish, garnish. Tahini everywhere. This is a flavorful dip. We don't skimp out on our seasonings or our flavors or anything else. It's an all-purpose seasoning. It's so good. It has salt, it has spices, it has pepper flakes, it has dried limes. It's just the perfect seasoning. Boom, crispy chorizo. Look at that. Oh my goodness. How can you not like that? That's crispy, meaty, smoky, crunchy, delicious. That crispy, delicious chorizo all over the top. What did I tell you, people? We don't skimp out on flavors around here. Every single bite is gonna get tons of chorizo. Boom, throw it all on top. Make sure it's nice and spread out. Garnish with some lime wedges. People love to pick these up, throw it on top of their chips. Boom, boom, boom. We're done. And you know the next step is to taste it. So boom, you gotta take one of these lime wedges. That's why they're there. And we're gonna get a nice big scoop. You can see that. We have some crispy chorizo, we have tons of corn, some cilantro, and let's see how it tastes. Oh my God. Amazing. It couldn't be made better. But I challenge you to try. Super Bowls, birthdays, any event, business events. Bring this and people will love you. It was so good, I gotta go back in there. You see these big pieces of corn. You see these big pieces of chorizo. Now that's what a scoop is supposed to look like. Oh! Let me tell you something. When you make this recipe, you're gonna need about 10 bags of your favorite chips. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for coming to support me, guys. Happy Chef Sawyer Sundays. I'll see you next week. Cut.